Now I ask, do you really think your life is tough? Well, think again. Now listen closely. I know a lot of you grew up with alarm clocks to wake you up in the morning, but not I. I grew up with gunshots. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you had stairs to walk down to get out of your house, but not I. I had to walk over dead bodies to leave my house. And I'm pretty sure you guys paid for Nintendo Switches, but not I. I had to steal one from my cousin. Now I ask, do you really think your life is tough? Well, think again. Today's video is special, I'm gonna name the top best anime this season. Now, I don't do this often, but after today, I'm gonna make sure every season that I do one of these videos, And I'm gonna talk about the top best animes this season, which this season isn't exactly over, so this list, it can always change, But before I start this list, I just wanna say that I have not seen this anime, and I have not seen this anime, and any other animes that I did not put on this list. And if it's not on this list, then I probably haven't seen it, or it's probably hot trash. Nah, let me stop, but for real though, we're about to get this list started, so buckle yourself up and hold on tight because we're about to go for a ride. Oh, and I forgot to mention, no second or third seasons will be on this list, only new anime. Like I said, this would have been a top 10 list, but since I didn't see 2 shows this season, I'm just going to make this a top 8. But you never know, this list might change as soon as I see those 2 shows, Something might replace something, or something might move to the top. Okay, so number 8 we have Evil or Live. This show is trash, but it's good trash. I'm pretty sure a lot of you who are currently watching it till the recent episode might just agree with me. This show is bad, but at the same time, there's a couple of things about this show that I enjoy. It pulls me in, and I can't stop watching it. It's really enjoyable, but it's kind of bad. And whoever came up with the name, like, what the heck? This show is called Evil or Live, or Evil or Live? What the heck? What is this? What? What? I don't know why they named it that or why it's named that. Whoever named it that needs to go to jail. All jokes aside. But this series was animated by a studio called Hyoliners, I think. They must be a new studio or something. I've been seeing them a lot recently. They put out a couple of anime last season. But moving on, the show is pretty dark. Like the story or what the series is actually about, it's pretty dark and it's kind of messed up. And I would hate to live in a world like that, honestly. It kind of makes me sick. Basically, they live in a world where, they're against internet. And people cannot use the internet. And every teenager who is addicted to internet, they're banned from it and they're just shipped off to this prison-like school to where they can't use any phones, electronics, or anything. And it's like boot camp, but to the next level, Some kids have actually died in this school. That's how messed up it is. Like, the series is kind of dark. Like, the tone shifts aren't that great. Sometimes the animation isn't that great, but sometimes it's okay, And I've asked myself a couple of times, why am I still watching this anime? And though this show is dark, it does have a bit of comedy in it. But if I had to complain about one main thing in this series, is how the tone shifts are. Like, for instance, it'll be one really dark scene and then it'll just switch into some happy go-go comedy scene or something like that. But I ain't even gonna lie, some of the comedy in the show is a bit dry, but other times it actually makes me laugh, But then again, comedy is subjective, so everybody has their own types of comedy. But overall, the show is entertaining, and if you really want to watch something and be entertained by something, this might be the show, though it does have its flaws. Oh, and the opening is great. I like the opening. But I think I said enough about this series. Time to move on to the next. Alright, next on the list we have King's Game, or otherwise known as Osama Games, the animation. Though gruesome anime isn't really my thing, I was actually hooked one episode in on this series. Now this series also has its flaws, but also very entertaining. Maybe even a little more entertaining than number 8 on this list. Now, I will say this anime is very gruesome, so, don't watch it if you don't like gore. To keep things simple, this anime is about a bunch of teen students in a classroom who receive text messages telling them to complete a certain task or else they will be punished. And usually the punishment is death. And it's pretty messed up. And by messed up, I mean you have to watch your girlfriend do another guy in front of you or else they both die messed up. And honestly, I'm not a fan of NTR or any of that stuff, and this show might have a little bit of that, so I'm just warning you. But the series is dark and it's still pretty entertaining, even though it has a couple of flaws. Oh, and I do like the opening, by the way. It is quite nice. Alright, so next on the list we have Imotose. I've only seen like 3 or 4 episodes of this anime, so I'm not caught up, so this list can still change, like I said. But from those 3 episodes that I have seen, I can honestly say that I enjoy this series. It's pretty funny, it makes me laugh, and the main girl in this series is, I think, one of the best girls from this season. She honestly makes this series for me as a character. She stands out a lot, and I know she's my favorite character in this series. Now the male main character, let's just say me and him, we have a lot in common, I can relate to him as a character on some parts. So you see the main character, he is a young manga artist, and he dropped out of college so he could do manga. And I'm also working on a manga and an anime, if you guys didn't know. But yeah, so here's where we're both different from each other. Basically, he has a sister fetish, and like, bro, what is wrong with you? You have this nice main girl in front of you who loves you, and you want a sister. I mean, it's funny because he doesn't have a sister, though he has that type of fetish. Like, bro, if you don't wife this girl, like, I'ma hop in this series and I'ma smack you. Oh, and this series might not be for everyone, cause it does seem like it's kind of slice of life fish, and it has some edgy too, so. Oh boy, you will not believe what this next anime is called. My Girlfriend is a Show Bitch. Or, in other words, yeah, the name is pretty crazy, right? But that's only the beginning. Wait till you actually watch the freaking show. And yo, I gotta say, I freaking love this show with all my heart. Like, this show is just super entertaining. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I gotta say, in this series, every girl is best girl. You know why? Because in this anime, every girl is a pervert instead of the guys. And I mean, when I say every girl, I mean every girl, even the main girl's mom and the teachers at school. And this show is pretty wild. Like, they always manage to turn some normal situation into some crazy situation. Like, things will be normal 1 minute, and then the next minute it'll just turn into this crazy perverted scene or something like that. I don't know, out of nowhere. But I gotta say, the main girl in this series is probably one of the other best girls this season, if not the best girl. I'm pretty sure every man would want a girl like this. She will do anything for the main character, and I mean anything. And it's like the guys in the show don't even act like guys. Like, the guys in the show are not perverts, but the girls are. And what's so crazy about this is that the main girl's mom is the one that taught her to be so perverted. Like, bruh, what is this? What is going on here? Like, what? Bro, what is on her face? But nah, if you actually trying to have a good time, this is definitely the show to watch. I recommend it. I mean, it has me laughing every second, so yeah. And I almost forgot, even though she is best girl, she does have one major flaw. She can't cook. Alright, next we have UQ Holder. At first I wasn't gonna put this on the list because I thought that it was like a second season or something, but I heard that it actually wasn't technically a second season, so I think we're safe to put this on the list. This is my first time seeing this series, and yo, episode 1 blew my mind. Like, episode 1 went 0 to 100. Like, I would just say go watch it instead of watching my review for this series right now, because I might show a couple of things in these next few clips. So yeah, just warning you. And let me just start off by saying that I am completely jealous of the main character because he gets to live in this house with this 10 out of 10 best girl. And yeah, I know, I keep saying best girl. Well, you know, there's just so many best girls this season, you know? Oh, and let me also say that the action in this series is freaking insane. I love the animation, I love the fighting. Like, this series definitely has some great fight scenes. I can definitely say that. With all honesty, when I'm watching this series, I feel like I'm watching the Monogatari series mixed up with some Hunter x Hunter or something like that. Those are just the vibes I get from this series. And bro, don't even get me started on the soundtrack. Like, the music is phenomenal. I am really a big fan of the soundtrack. Oh, yes. So beautiful. Yes. But yo, with all honesty, episode 1 actually almost gave me a whole heart attack. That's how mind blown I was from episode 1. And you know, it really pulled me in. I like what this series is doing, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will too. So I think you guys should give this a shot if you haven't already. Check this show out. I'm loving it. It's one of my favorites from this season. Feels like Hunter x Hunter with the Monogatari series. Well, I think I already said that, didn't I? Yeah, I think I did. Number 3. Alright, I've been waiting to get to this series. Alright, so a lot of you guys do talk down about this series a lot. If I had to say anything about this series, it's that this series is almost the most entertaining series this season. Yes, this series is a bit cliche, and yes, Asta's voice sounds like a freaking race car. But guess what? That does not mean this series is bad. This series is easily one of the most entertaining series this season, and I'm always looking forward to the next episode. Regardless of what people say, it managed to get me hype a couple of times, which I think I'm like 2 episodes behind currently, but from what I've seen, it has brought me great pleasure. The animation is on point, especially in the fight scenes, and the soundtrack is freaking beautiful. I freaking love that opening. Like, there's just so much to love about this series, and you know, I recommend it to anyone. And I definitely get fairy tale vibes when watching this. I mean, I'm really enjoying every single character that I'm introduced to. You know, all the characters in this series are just so entertaining and fascinating. I really like the guild members too. Oh, and she's best girl, by the way. Alright, and next we have Juni Taizen. One episode in, and this series blew my mind. Like, I've never seen this happen before. Well, at least I haven't. Maybe you have, but I've never seen an introduction like the first episode that this series has given me. I kind of don't want to say much because I don't want to spoil too much, but just know that in this series it's a Zodiac war, and all the characters have to fight each other to the death in a battle royale. Now I must say, this anime has some of the best fight scenes this season, hands down. No, it has the best fight scenes. Never have I ever seen a CGI fight scene so beautiful before. You know, usually when you see a CGI scene, it isn't as beautiful as that fight scene just was. And this series doesn't just have CGI fight scenes. There are great fight scenes with beautiful 2D animation. Oh, and there's a lot of best girls in this series too, but Tiger is best girl. If I had one negative thing to say about this series, it would just be that I know when a character is about to die, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I'm always interested to see how they die, but it would be more of a better experience if I didn't know who was gonna die next, which there have been moments where I actually didn't see a death coming, so no spoilers. You guys are just gonna have to watch this for yourself to understand what I'm talking about. Oh, and the soundtrack and opening are also fire. Now, finally, we move on to number 1. Now, this anime is the most insane anime this season. This anime is freaking crazy. If you have not seen this, go watch it. What are you doing? Like, this is a must watch. I must warn you, when I say that it's crazy, it's crazy. But this is absolutely the best anime this season, hands down. So I'm not even gonna explain what this series is about. I'm just gonna show you a few clips and say that the soundtrack is on point, the opening is fire, the animation is great, and I'll be buying this on Blu-ray. Almost every single episode has managed to blow my mind or show me something that I've just never seen. And this anime has a lot to offer. Like I said, this show crazy. But let me know what you guys' favorite anime is in the comments below. Did you guys agree with this list or did you not agree? Let me know in the comments below. And also, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I will be doing more of these if you guys, enjoy them. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. That is all. Until next time, it has been your boy, the anime.